Press the bell icon on the YouTube app to ensure you never miss a new video from News Laundry.
Welcome to Clothesline, the show where we wring them clean, string them up and put them to dry on the clothesline. So the last episode was entirely dedicated to Republic TV and Times Now because the level of the insanity made it impossible for any others to make it to the Clothesline commentary list. Many of you felt cheated and outraged, asking why don't we feature other worthies like NDTV, India Today, CNN News 18, etc., etc., while attributing motives from being seculars to being on payrolls to being family, vagara, vagara. You abused us and called us names, but none of you did anything about it so that we could feature some other channel or anchor instead of the usual suspects, except this one lone warrior. This guy, Bhupendra Chaubey. He didn't leave insults, insinuations and abuse in the comment section and Twitter like the rest of you lazy fools. He went out and did a show that was so spectacularly stupid, confusing, yet entertaining, with a little bit of pathos and tragedy thrown in, served with a garnish of comedy, that hum ek hafte ke liye Arnab Light and Arnab Super Light ko bhul gaye. Dhanya ho Chaubeyji, you have outdone the usual suspects. CNN News 18, you should be proud. If there is one person who can get you neck to neck into the TRP race with Republic, it's him. Is Anmol Ratan ko jaane na dina. So what did Chaubeyji do? First he did this.
I put this tweet out and I simply borrowed from statement which was made by Paresh Rawal himself. I've quoted him completely. I've said, is he right? Because he believes he's right, so I'm asking, is he right in terms of asking Arundhati Roy to be tied on the bonnet of a jeep?
Then he asked, what's wrong in asking the question? He isn't endorsing the view. He's only asking if it's okay. Good point. So standing by for a debate on, was it right for the mob and some Congress leaders to say, "Khoon ka badla, khoon," when Indira Gandhi was being cremated? Not endorsing, sirf pooch hi rahe hain. Was Mulayam Singh right in saying that ladke ladke hain, galti ho jati hai in the context of rapes? You know, boys will be boys, play football, get drunk, piss standing up, commit rape, the usual. Was he right in saying that? Not endorsing, bas main to pooch hi rahi hu. Was Hitler right in exterminating 6 million Jews? Not endorsing, sirf pooch hi rahi hu. Is Chaubeyji possibly the dumbest news presenter in India? Not endorsing, bas pooch hi rahi hu. Yaar, if you have to be explained why the framing of the debate the way you did is problematic, you won't understand anyway. Bhupenji, can I ask you, when you did this?
You see a Sunny Leone film, you'll get morally corrupted. I'm wondering whether I'm being morally corrupted because I'm interviewing. How many people would think in terms of growing up to be a porn star?
Could you get out of your mind that you are interviewing a performer from the adult film industry? Could you?
Your past, that you were this porn queen, will continue to haunt you. But let me say that if I was to turn the clock back, would you still do what you did? You have a body and you believe that it's your body which will ultimately take you everywhere.
You couldn't, could you? You were doing that interview like you were watching porn. But I digress. Coming back to the recent performance, the debate finally started like this.
On social media, on every conceivable form of communication in India, I have been targeted. Tonight, folks, I'm being accused of running down journalism, my own fraternity. Everyone in my fraternity, from Barkha Dutt, who believes that this is an awful state of TV news in India, cannot believe that she belongs to this fraternity. Anjali Modi, another veteran of sorts, says journalism has an ethical core. When you lose that, it's no longer journalism. This is a cheap, dangerous entertainment.
Yaar Bhupin, really? My fellow journalists and these liberal types are attacking me. Is Arnab's constituency, which Arnab Light and Super Light are also trying to get some crumbs off. You are a bit late to this party. Aur bolo.
She says, shame and tell all loaded words. Stick to IPC which doesn't exempt MPs. It's incitement to violence on a fellow Indian you disagree with.
First of all, Mr. Mittal, do you really think Arundhati sounds like that? Mimicry करनी है तो थोड़ा तो accuracy होनी चाहिए. And वैसे भी sounding ho ho hof hof tuf tuf ho faluta आपसे नहीं होता. Then came the part that Bhupen thought will get him the real dishum action and TRPs when the debate gets really nasty and ugly.
Here is a lady who as a lawyer can be so repulsive in saying that he is propagating the kidnapping of a woman.
This is your decency?
What is the kind of perverseness?
This is your decent debate where you're calling me repulsive?
Have some decency, miss.
Yeah, okay.
Can we have a decent debate?
Yeah,
Please tell
sure.
this lady not to be indecent.
Indecent?
The proposition is...
You called me repulsive, indecent, and that you're ashamed of me.
Look at no manners,
Mr. Mittal, really?
You are now more repulsive in your
That's amazing
exhibition.
to me.
When these anti-national elements who challenge the constitution of
dare
Kashmir,
you call me an
who challenge the
anti-national,
constitution
sir?
of
If
India,
anything,
I am entitled to my view.
You are
Don't
not
be intolerant.
entitled to call
if
me
you
a
can have a view, I can have a
anti-national
contrary view.
on any
And
further,
my
I'm
view is
afraid.
you are an anti-national.
Arundhati Roy is not an ordinary person. She has been poisoning this country. She has been spreading venom in this country.
Why are you so intolerant?
But then
Let's give respect.
Miss,
She's
I
the
am
only woman
entitled
on
to
the
my
panel.
view and you don't have a courage to listen
But
to
you
me.
can't make it up.
You have courage.
Let's show some. नहीं, एक
Because
मिनट,
you
एक मिनट.
have courage.
Please.
Can you
नहीं,
please
ये सब
quiet?
मत
Can you
बोलो.
talk
Personal
about
personal मत हो, sir. Please.
Bhupendra,
Personal
listen to
नहीं.
this lady.
You
Personal
don't
नहीं.
attribute things to me that
Don't
I
let
don't
Don't, let's
understand.
not get personal.
You see?
यार यहीं तो मार खा गए चौबेजी. You want TRPs. You want to use the formula of news as voyeurism, reality TV, crassness and the circus model. But you don't have the stomach to go all the way. Let me get this straight. You set up a ridiculous debate.
Do you really think I'm mad, folk?
Optimized for binary, wild,
कि मैं पागल हूँ?
uncivilized performances.
Am I crazy?
And when the debate is becoming jungly, wild, uncivilized, you say, नहीं यार, बहुत हो गया.
Lunatic kind of an anchor?
You know, Bhupen, as Ramadhir Singh says,
बेटा तुमसे ना हो पाएगा. हमें तुम्हारे लक्षण बिल्कुल ठीक नहीं लग रहा है. तुमसे ना हो पाएगा.
news is the new mob. And going by hashtags, you will agree. I present a few to you that you have seen over the last few weeks. Hashtag Baap Ka Raj by Times Now. Hashtag Badla Lo by Z News. Hashtag Khooni Pak by Times Now. Bagera, bagera. I'm really looking forward to the next wave. You know, like hashtag कोच में लेके दो इसको खर्चा पानी. Hashtag दो कान के नीचे टुच्चे. Hashtag तोड़ सारे की हड्डियां. क्यों सलमान भाई? बरोबर?
हाँ?
अरे wrong Salman. Get me the Gunda Salman.
जाए फरुखाबाद और आए फरुखाबाद, लेकिन लौट कर भी आए फरुखाबाद से.
Laugh all you want, but it's true. Who would have thought debates would be the way they are and hashtags what they are? What I'm suggesting is not that outlandish. Take the case of the debates around Kashmir and the military. All binary rights and wrongs. But no one will explain the Kashmir Conundrum to you stripped of the nationalism versus Gadar type context. Let me try. Kashmir is like this large hospital. This large hospital is trying to cure the disease of conflict. To make sure this large hospital can cure all these diseases and afflicted parties, they have doctors, ward boys, and nurses. These are the security forces, the army, CRPF, BSF, etc. They have to do the surgeries and surgical strikes and operations and emergency responses. Preparing the roster and schedule for the surgeries and operations is the hospital administration. That is like the government and bureaucracy. They are the ones who make the real money in the hospital and the vendors. These are the relatives of the politicians and bureaucracy who are getting jobs and contracts thanks to the conflict. Sabko fayda. They are employed and relevant as long as this hospital needs to cure the disease. Acha, now jab hospital hai, patients are coming and going, they need to buy medicines. You need chemists to stock medicines night and day. That is the Hurriyat, who claims they have the medicines and they set up their shop next to the hospital premises. Their business booms as long as there are diseases that continue and there are patients coming and going who need medicines. Sabko fayda. Now when patients are coming and going at all times of day and night, how will they come and go? So an auto stand comes up outside the hospital. This auto stand's business is booming. These are the NGOs who transport everyone and everything from medicines to patients to solutions to problems. They are in business as long as the hospital has diseases and afflicted parties going and coming. Sabko fayda. Acha now, when there are so many patients, chemists, auto drivers, doctors, patients' families, vagera vagera, at all times of night and day, they will need to eat. So little dhabas and anda paratha shops crop up to feed this entire ecosystem. This is our media, who are feeding this frenzy, keeping our voyeurism and hate alive. Prime time mein dukaan khoob chalti hai. Inko bhi fayda, sabko fayda. And what is feeding the disease itself? How does it remain on the boil? Always. That is thanks to the polluting industry that is spewing its toxicity through the airwaves and water waves into neighboring Kashmir. This polluting, toxic industry is Pakistan. This industry also will remain as long as they can pump toxicity into Kashmir, because that's where the ISI and the Pakistani army get the most budget and relevance for this toxic factory next to Kashmir. And the army controls Pakistan. Sabko fayda. So, why will this conflict end? Sabko fayda. And just to put this in perspective, the Prime Minister's reconstruction plan announced in 2004 has given Kashmir 36,551.58 crores till 2016. From 2000 to 2016, Jammu and Kashmir received 1.14 lakh crores in grants according to the Finance Ministry data. So, you see the money involved? And every little shop and service I described in the hospital is making money, not only overtly, but they also get their own personal cuts. Sab khush, sabko fayda. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what the Kashmir Conundrum is all about. If Twitter is down for a week and Kashmir is peaceful for 10 weeks, then at least 4 news channels will have nothing to run on their prime time debates. Kyunke unki bhi dukaan yahin se chalti hai. Unki to सीटी बज जाएगी, लेकिन for now शंख बज रहे हैं.
मैं पाकिस्तान जाना चाहता हूं, लेकिन बगैर वीजा का जाना चाहता हूं. अखंड भारत में पाकिस्तान आएगा तब जाना चाहता हूं.
भारत ये क्या चीज़ है यार? I don't get it. Why do people go on his show? And why is he in Bahubali get up? And why is Bahubali's forearm bigger than Chaubeyji's head?
हिंदुस्तान वर्सेस पाकिस्तान, सुरेश चौहान के वर्सेस अब्दुल बासित.
I thought our graphics team was bad. Chaubey, तूने तो हमें भी पीछे छोड़ दिया. But my countrymen and women and others, because there's so many gender classifications now, if you're feeling a little depressed about Chaubey, he only runs a news channel. This guy runs the world's biggest superpower.
We just got back from the Middle East. We just got back to Saudi Arabia, and we were treated incredibly well.
Says he, while still in Israel. The American ambassador to Israel tried so hard to cover up for his obvious but of course everyone caught it. Well tried, sir. Didn't work. Well, that's a wrap for this time. If you saw any moments from journalism that made you go, oh wow or oh crap, write into us or tweet to us. Subscribe to our newsletter and support our I Pay to Keep News Free campaign. We are the change. You are the change, for better or worse. Never do nothing. Stay connected. Stay online. If you like that, click here to support us and down here to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and do check out the other stuff we do, like News Laundry interviews, Why So Serious, animations, comics, panel discussions, podcasts which are really big, and much, much more.